video. Today we're going to be talking about NFTs. NFTs. What do these stand for? What do NFTs stand for? What are they? Like, what am I going to do with an NFT? What is it? Well, an NFT is a non-fungible token, and you're probably thinking to yourself, well, what is that? Imagine owning a piece of art. So we'll say you own Stickman over here, and that's the piece of art you made. You drew it on a paper, you made it on whiteboard, or you made it on some other app, right? You take this NFT and you bring it over to a blockchain. There's Ethereum, there's the Cardano blockchain. You could bring it to ADA, or you could bring it to the Ergo blockchain. This one's not very well known, but it's a promising crypto, and I have invested in it, obviously. So to say that, I might be a little bit biased. But seeing as it has no gas fees, and it's smart money, and it's got a lot going for it, feel free to check it out. So that's that. So you've got ETH, ADA, and Ergo. Out of all of these, Ergo has the lowest gas fees. It also has lower volume in terms of usage, but it's something to consider. If you're going to create an NFT, you're going to probably get more exposure on Ergo with there being, less people on it. And I say that only because on Ethereum, the NFT marketplace is very, very competitive. So moving on. So you pick one of these to mint your thing on, and you go to the minting process. ADA has a minting website. Pretty much just look up a minting website, right? And it'll bring you to the idea of minting this NFT, and you have it minted now. So now you've got your NFT minted. It's got a special ID that equals a bunch of different numbers, and before you know it, it's on one of these blockchains. The problem that most people have is that they think that this can be duplicated. So you can just take the JPEG or the PNG and duplicate it, right? You can have two stickmen then. The difference here is that when you own the minted product, you've paid money to imbue it with value. Whether that be one ADA or with ETH right now, I think gas fees maybe like $100, or with Ergo, like what is it now? 20 or 30, maybe like $1 per se. So let's just say it's $1 to mint. So you've minted it with approximately $1 evaluation, right? That's what this is worth, right? And to some people, maybe even less, because you've kind of wasted that money if it's just a basic stick figure. Maybe it's not. If you're an influencer, this stick figure is going to be worth a lot of money. But when you take this and you make it as a PNG, and you've just got the PNG now, you don't have the same value there. You don't have this minting value. So that's kind of the rationale with minting and what that is. From there, once it's minted, it sits in your wallet. So presumably you have a wallet in either Ergo or Ethereum, and it sits in your wallet, and it's just kind of chilling. You can look at it, you can view it, set it as your profile picture, you can do whatever you want with it. It's your NFT, it's imbued with your value, and it's got your special unique ID. Very, very simple. From there, you have pretty much one of two options. You can hold for the long run, and if it's not really anything special, it probably won't increase in value besides maybe the value cost to mint it. If it's like a really a beginner NFT like on the blockchain, it could be worth a lot of money towards the end if the blockchain succeeds. That's just kind of how exposure works. Or you can try to sell it. So when you sell it, the options that you have are basically, in terms of Ethereum, it's OpenSea, which is kind of like an expensive platform. That's OpenSea, by the way. If you guys, it's hard to draw. Anyways, moving on. ADA has CNFT dot io. So CNFT.io. These will all be in the description, by the way. So don't worry about this or clicking on this now or writing it down. It'll all be in the description. And then you have the Ergo auction house, which just actually got updated to version 2. So you've got the Ergo auction house, and that's version 2. So, I mean, those are kind of your options right there, and that's kind of what NFTs are. Consider it kind of like Pokemon cards, because that's what they are. They're like Pokemon cards. Pokemon and Pokemon first generation cards are worth big, big money today. So, anything can happen. Anything's possible. This is just kind of my overview on NFTs. So, we're just gonna go over just a real quick process. You have an NFT. You want to know what it is. It's an image that's imbued on the blockchain. One of these. There's more than this. I just listed these out because I think they're the ones that get the most. These two definitely. This one's just kind of one that I think would be good for beginners, I think, with the pricing. You can get Ergo on Changely, by the way. Or I'll put the link to the Ergo website, and you can figure out how to get Ergo if you're interested. And then you obviously get your ID. So you get your imbued property ID, and that's going to be a special number that can't be copied because you're imbuing it with the value of whichever one you decide to choose. So whichever one of these that you decide to use. And that can't be copied with a PNG because the PNG is not a minted item. Somebody could mint the PNG, but with it being minted, it's going to come up as a different ID and thus a different picture. So that's how you verify authenticity, and some projects even have what's called a project ID, and those are even more secure. So if you get on a project ID, it means that you've talked to developers and you've made an official project on the blockchain. These are good ones to get into, and they have developers working behind them, and they're working hard, presumably. Just find a good project, something that you can really stick behind, and something that you yourself are going to support. Moving on, we've got, it's sitting in your wallet, so it's just kind of going to be sitting in there, and you can do whatever you want with it from there. You can either hold it or sell it. Holding it may not increase in value at all. Selling it will definitely maybe not increase in value unless it is a project. Now, you can also buy NFTs, and that's where these come into play. These places where you can sell your NFTs. You can also buy NFTs there. So remember that. OpenSea, CNFT.io, and Ergo Auction House, respectively, all in this order too. So ETH corresponds to OpenSea, ADA corresponds to CNFT, and further on. I know that this sounds complicated just looking at it, but it's really not. It's a really simple process, and it's really fun, and it's really cool. I can show you some of the NFTs and kind of what they look like. These are just kind of what you can expect to see on the Ergo Auction House. As you can see, there's a lot of different things, right? So these right here have a project ID. You can see that as part of Gnomekin's collection, and you'll see the artist's address. There's royalties now. And the royalties, whenever you sell it, the artist will get a portion of its money back just to continue developing the project. There's stuff like this on here, just really, really cool stuff, right? So, I mean, you can create something like, what's like a good image? Right here. So, historical moment, Starship, right here. Somebody just took this Elon Musk tweet image and they made, boom, one of one NFT. So, that's kind of how that works. And you can post anything on here you want. Yeah, literally anything you want. And, yeah, I mean, this is the new wave, right? So, yeah. So, thanks for watching the video. And